Hi everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. I've gone ahead and recorded this for anyone that can't make it. Tonight what I'd like to do is go through and talk about what some first actions you can do as a presenter, specifically about starting your own first parties and some tips for that and tips for other actions you can do, especially during the fall. If you have any questions, there is a little message bar, so you can type that in, or if you can call in, you can ask questions as well. So, great. So now that you have joined as a presenter, you have your own back office and everything. Oh, let me just log in. Now, a common question I get, since it's having me log in, is do you have to have a Facebook account to be a presenter? And yes, you do, but you don't have to use it, and you don't have to use your Facebook account other than just logging in. And Unique never posts on Facebook for you, so you may get that question from people that are a little bit concerned about privacy and security on Facebook. It's totally secure, but Unique doesn't post to Facebook for you. So, okay, so we're going to talk about starting a party right away. So one of the first things you should do is start a party. Sorry.
Hi, Michelle. This is Jessica.
Hey. Hey. Yay. Got on. Okay. So I was just going to take us through, making sure you guys know how to start a party and kind of go through tips for having successful parties and some other things we can do. So to start a party, now the first thing you should do as a new presenter is have a party started. So you just go to Parties and Hosting, and you should always order in a party. Always, always, always. And you should always have a party going. So basically every 10 days you just start a new party. And now that doesn't mean you're like running, an official party, but at least on your website you have a new party link open. The reason you want to do that is so that you can collect random orders. So if you have a friend that says, hey, I've been wanting to try that mascara you keep talking about, or you post on Facebook and someone messages you and says, hey, how do I order that? You send them to your party link, okay? So you just click schedule new party. Super easy. I want to host it myself. Now, if you have someone else hosting, you can put their name in here, but they do have to be friends with you on Facebook. If I'm in a hurry, I just don't change much. The one thing I make sure that I do is to do a 10-day party. So anytime I do my own parties, I always do a 10-day party. The only thing I would ever do a 3-day party is if I needed those host rewards really quick. So let's say I am a brand new presenter. I have a lot of orders to put in right at the beginning, and I want those hostess rewards so that I can order one of the new collections with the skincare in it, so I have those products. So you might want to do a 3-day party in that case, so that way you can get those hostess rewards and then use them right away. The hostess rewards do not get put into the hostess's account or your account until the party is closed. So you can't close it early, okay? Then click Save My Party. Now, when this page comes up, this is your party link, okay? So right now, it doesn't show because I'm using this MeFM. But up here, on top of here, the web address, that is the link to your party. So that's what you want to send to people. Anyone that orders through that link is going to be connected to your party, okay? So if they go to your website, there's a chance they won't attach it to your party. But if they go here and then they shop, it will be attached to their party, okay? So anytime you're sending someone to your website, and I'll give you a couple tips about this, but you always send them to your party link, okay? Now, once you have your party open, you can promote it in a variety of different ways. So when it's your very first party as a brand new presenter, you're going to do a Facebook party, and you're going to invite all your friends, and they're going to, learn about it that way. So let me go switch to Facebook. Okay, so my very first party, now I've only really done maybe 2 Facebook parties for myself. And here's why. Not that you could do more than that, but you have, your one group of friends, family circle, and they all are friends with you on Facebook anyways. So if you're talking about Unique, every once in a while on your profile, they'll see that, or you're messaging people. So I don't like to sell to my family and friends. So I really like to sell to people I don't know or that I meet through other people. But the very first party I had was my own party. So I'm going to try to scroll down as far as I can. It's going to take forever to scroll all the way down back to last year. But what I did is I started a group, and I added, all my female friends on Facebook, 400 to 600 friends, however many you have. Maybe it's just 200, maybe it's 100. But I added all my friends, and I also added people that were interested in the product. And then I ran a Facebook party. So I ran 10 days, 7 to 10 days, however long length you want to do. I posted 3 times a day about the product, about the pictures. And then what happened is after my party ended, so after that 10 days ended, I turned my group, so I did get orders from that party, but then I turned that group into a customer/lead group. So instead of just deleting the group or starting a new group for another party, I just keep that group open. And if anyone's interested in purchasing, if they've expressed interest, they add it to the group. If they have purchased from me as a customer, I add them to the group. And usually I'll, post something on there saying, hey, so-and-so, here's my customer group, here's where I post specials and updates, things like that. So now in my group, I post maybe just a few times a month. So I post the special of the month. So the kudos I posted this morning. I might post, before and afters of customers. I might post a thank you for someone for ordering. So it's just my way of kind of keeping it in the mind of my customers. I do get orders from this, but it's not something I can depend on. So this is more of something of, just reminding people that you're there and people that have ordered, where to reorder, things like that. But it's not something that you're going to get the bulk of your orders from. So don't depend on that for all your orders. But it does really help with reminding people and letting them know that you're their presenter and that kind of thing. Once you've got your own party out of the way, or while you're doing your own party, you should be booking 5 to 6 other parties. These are parties that other people are going to host for you. Okay? So you can see I didn't even get back to my, regular thing. So I'm going to show you here is a party that I did this summer that just went really well, so I can use it as a great example party. But basically, a party is super easy. So you can set it up as a group or an event. And it doesn't really matter. It's total personal preference. I do kind of like the groups. I feel like people see them more. But groups can also be kind of spammy. So just be careful when you're adding people to groups, Send them a personal invitation. Let them know why you're adding them. So it's not just a randomly added to a group. Okay? And then what you're going to do is post a welcome message. Now, if it's someone that's hosting for you, have them post a welcome message because it's their friends that are going to do the party. And they don't know you. So you're just the salesperson, right? They don't trust you. You have no credibility with them. All they know is you're posting these pictures about something you're selling. So they're going to trust their friend. So have their friend be the one to post a welcome message. And on every post that you make in a party, sorry, this kind of skipped. On every post you make in a party, you need to have this party link right here. So this is the link to the party, every single post. And I like to also, just give a little description of what it is. Hey, never was selling mascara, not fake lashes, because some people think that. It's made from natural green teen fibers, safe for contact. So I like to answer some questions. The most common questions I get are, can I wear it with contacts? Is it waterproof? How do you remove it? What is it? So I've answered all those questions right away, right at the beginning. And then I tend to usually set up my parties on a Friday night, and then I will post this a couple times a weekend, but I'll say, hey, the party's going to start on Monday. And then I run the party Monday through Friday. So I don't like to do a lot of work on the weekends. So when I first got started, I would do 10-day parties, and I would be posting 3 times a day on Saturday, 3 times a day on Sunday. I don't like that. I figured this is my business. I can work it how I want to, and I felt like my parties were running my schedule, not the other way around. So I've changed that. So, of course, I'm doing this on Saturday night, but usually I don't do a lot on Saturdays. So I usually try to do most of it during the week. Always post pictures, as many as you can. So when you're doing a post, you can add more than one picture. And then what you want to do is pin this welcome message to the top. So on this little arrow down here, if you click on it, if it's not pinned, you'll have an option to pin it. And so what that does is it just keeps it right up to the top so everyone, that's the first post they see. And one thing you do need to know is on a phone, people have to click view pinned post to actually be able to see that. So it doesn't show up like this on a phone. So it does show up a little bit differently. So that's why, even though I have that link to the party on my pinned post, I really need to include it on every post. Otherwise, people may not see it. And then I'm going to just post, all about the product. So I have to, again, kind of scroll all the way down here. But some of the first things I put are a demo. So I find a great YouTube video that I like, and I include that. And then I also include, let's see, let me scroll down here. Just different things about the products. For the first few days, I only focus on the 3D lashes because that's kind of the main seller. But then after that, I start to introduce the other products. I also play games. So one thing I do for all my parties, and you don't have to do this, it's totally optional, but I suggest it because I think it does help get the party going a little bit more, is I do a drawing. So I call it party points. And basically, once the party reaches $200 in sales, I'm going to do a drawing for a product. And it doesn't have to be unique. It could be whatever. Like Michael sells these cute little compact mirrors that are $1. It could be that. It doesn't really matter. It just needs to be something. It could be a $5 Starbucks gift card. If you don't feel like you can invest in, $10 payments, then don't. I tend to use my hostess rewards for gifts for my parties, so I'm not paying full price, if anything, for them. Maybe I got them half price, or maybe I got them for free. So for me, I can, justify doing it. Something I paid $3 to $5 on. I thank people for hosting. Now, for a successful party, this is my hostess. So you can see she's actually the one that's posting. That is huge, and that was one reason this party went so well. The hostess was really, really excited about the product, and she was very involved. She was tagging people. She was posting thank you. She was telling her friends, hey, you guys are going to love this. And you'll see I just post a lot of pictures with the link. So it's just posting and getting people involved. The party points, though, what I like about it is that it makes it fun, and it helps people to start commenting on it. And I can add any of you to this party if you're not, so you guys can scroll down and kind of go backwards up through it. These Facebook posts are a little bit out of order, but you'll kind of get the gist. You can copy anything, any post, any wording. Don't feel like you have to create all of your own new stuff. Okay. I do a drawing, the RSVP, so that's really helpful to do at the beginning because sometimes you don't know who really sees the post. So you're adding all these people, but you're not sure who sees it, so I can see who, commented here. And what I can do then is also message them and say, hey, welcome to the Lash Bash. I'm so excited to have you here. Let me know if you have any questions. It's really, really helpful to connect with your guests and not just on the Facebook wall, but personally. There might even be people that are interested but just don't tell you or let you know. So by you starting that conversation with them, and then once you've messaged them, if they message you back, or you are friends with the hostess, you can go ahead and request to be friends with them as well on Facebook. Honestly, if you're running your business, with Facebook in mind, the more people you have as friends, the better. I say that, do that safely. You don't want to add a bunch of weirdos to your Facebook account, but, if it's friends with the hostess and they're women with moms and kids, with kids, it's probably okay to add as a friend on Facebook. That would probably be someone that's good to network with. So for her, I would say add as a friend, and then I'd message her and say, hey, thanks so much for your order. So anyone that orders, I add them as a friend or request them to friend me. Do be careful with that, though, because if people don't accept your friend request, you could get in trouble for sending out too many. So anytime you send out a friend request, always send out a message. Always, always. I hardly ever accept friend requests if they're not on my team and they don't send me a message because I don't know who they are. So, again, it's not the personal connection. So those are the helpful things for a party. And whether you do it in an event or you do it in a group, you're going to run this pretty much the same way. So that is what I call, a 7-day party. And then at the end of the party, a couple of things you want to do is you want to do a countdown. So 2 days left for the party. Make sure you get this mascara before it's gone. Toward the end of the party, I go through all of the products just so I make sure I didn't miss anything in case anybody wanted to order. I ask people that have ordered to post their, results on here. I also talk about hosting their own party. So I meant to make sure that's part of my party points. Hey, anyone that hosts a party gets 20 party points towards the drawing. The first 3, you could even do a special booking gift. So the first 3 to, book their own party get an eyeshadow pigment. So that's totally up to you. When you're doing specials, you can do specials within your own party. You just can't advertise them publicly. So I couldn't go on a Facebook buy and sell group and say, hey, I'll give 3 mascaras to the first 3 people that book a party with me. But I can do that on my group. Okay, so it's because it's private and closed and it's just the people here that are seeing it. So that's okay. And then after the party, you want to make sure you put tips and tricks for everyone that has purchased. If you don't have this image, it is on our Lash Library and on our team group. That's super helpful to send this to your customers, like every customer. I do my drawing. I announce the winner. And then I also talk about, like the last couple of days, I talk about being a presenter. So you want sales from your parties, but even more than that, you want presenters and future hostesses. So I would take a presenter over a customer any day. So don't ever worry about losing out on a sale and gaining a presenter. That is always a good thing, and especially if it's your hostess. So one thing I also do is I go back to the hostess after the party ends, and I say, hey, guess what? Your party went awesome. If you were the hostess, you would have earned this much. Let me know if you like some more information about being a presenter. I actually usually talk to my hostesses a little bit throughout the party. I'll mention at the beginning, the option about being a presenter. If the party's going really well halfway through, I'll actually tell her, hey, I don't know if you, have thought about it a little bit more, but if you want to join as a presenter, we can, stop this party and create a new link under you as a presenter since it's going so well, especially once it reaches party rewards. So once the party reaches $200, that's like a huge green flag for me. And I always go back to the hostess and say, hey, guess what? You've already earned hostess rewards. We're not even finished with your party. If you're thinking about joining as a presenter, it would be a really great idea to just start a new party. Now you already earned rewards and have everything else go toward, your new presenter rewards because you get extra rewards for that. So you just always want to be thinking of, talking about the business and encouraging people to join as presenters because that is a huge part of your business. And I have several hostesses that have turned into just amazing presenters. So hostesses rock. The other way that you can do a party, though, is a live event. Okay? So a live event, basically what you're going to do is you're going to talk with a hostess, and you can do your own, too. So you could do your own live event. Works really great. See, someone invited me to Lash Bash Month. Basically, a live event, what you're going to do is talk with the hostess, and you're going to pick one night. So I usually like to do like a Tuesday night or a Thursday night. Weekends can be hit or miss, but weeknights usually tend to work better. Or maybe like a late Saturday night might work well, because Friday nights usually seem to be date night. Saturday nights, not so much. Pick a night, and I usually try to do it after kids are in bed. So 8:30, maybe even 9 o'clock. And be careful, be aware there are going to be friends from different time zones, so you can kind of, think about how late would be too late, because if it's 10 o'clock, people are not going to get on. But 9 o'clock doesn't seem too late. So you're going to invite them to get on with you at that time. So basically, you're going to create an event. So you just go here to create. You're going to set up the event super simple. You just follow the steps. Actually, let's just go through this really quick. And party sometimes has a negative connotation. So you may want to, I can't type on this thing. Okay, just pretend like I know how to type because it's not doing this. Okay, consider calling it something other than a party. A lash bash, mascara madness, whatever. Make it fun, make it memorable. That new crazy mascara event, something fun. You can write details on here if you want. You want to make sure it says it's online or in your jammies so they know it's not at a specific place. Okay, we're going to just pretend like I can write because it's not letting me. Now, here's the thing. Now, when you're creating an event for like a 7-day party, obviously it's going to be arranged. So here's a secret for you guys. If you add a time, we're just going to say 4 p.m. It will actually bring up another box to do an end time. and then you can choose an end date. So that's how you do arrange on the Facebook events. Now, for a live party, it's not going to be that way. So we could still do arrange, but we're going to say like 8:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock because we want to make sure they get on between that time. So it's only about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes. Might go over just a little bit. And then I click create. Okay, so now I've got my event. Oh, I should have changed the date. It's only going to be one day, so I would have changed this. Once you pick your dates, now your goal is to invite people and get them on the group. And that's part of what your hostess needs to help you with. So you're going to have her invite her friends and also send a personal invitation. That is huge, 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 huge. So if she invites 200 people and she doesn't message a single one of them, there's a really good chance the party's going to really stink. Because people are not going to know they've even been invited. Facebook is really tricky that way. So your hostess needs to send personal invitations, and you need to really stress that to her, that it's worth her time, because it's going to take some time, to send personal invitations. So she needs to invite them to the group first, or the event first, and then she needs to message them and say, hey, Carol, hey, I found out I'm last time this year. I'm so super excited about it. I knew you would love it. Come check out this event. It's on Facebook. It's this Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. She comes to bed. Come join us. It's going to be a blast. Oh, yeah, and my last lady's giving away free prizes, so come check it out. Something super fun, casual, something in her, words that she would say, but if you give her a script, it'll make it a lot easier, okay? So we've set up the event. We're going to add some photos before she starts inviting so people actually know what the heck they're getting into. Have you ever been invited to something and you go into the group and there's nothing there? I leave and I never come back. So always add some photos, okay, before you invite people. So before you add the hostess, maybe it won't let me from this program. Anyways, you add your photos, and then add, again, a little welcome message. Hey, we're super excited to have you join our online lash bash. The party is going to be on Thursday at 9 o'clock. Make sure you can join us then. I usually set this up about 5 days before, so it doesn't have to be 2 weeks before or anything like that. Most people don't really know what they're doing until about a week before anyways. So set it up five, maybe 7 days before, but no more than that. And then post once a day before the party. And the whole goal is just to get people on the party. So they don't have to be like specific products and things like that. They can be really fun. We've actually got a whole training. We call it tag live parties or tag team parties. And it's got scripts like for every day. You literally just copy and paste or tweak it if you want. But basically the goal is to get them on the computer that night. So the day before the party, your hostess needs to be messaging people. Or the morning of, just as if we were having a party at her house. She needs to message people because it's just too easy to forget about it, right? It's only half hour. It's online. They could easily get distracted with a TV show and just totally forget to get online. So if she can message her friends or text her friends or something to say, hey, come get on, don't forget about the party tonight, or don't forget about the online lash event. I'm super excited. It's going to be great. Can't wait to see you there, okay? And then on the day of the party, you're going to post a little bit more than usual. You're going to post in the morning, do kind of a countdown, 2 hours to the party, 1 hour to the party. And then 15 minutes before the party, you really need to be on your computer. And you need to plan on being on your computer for about an hour. So that's going to be like, hey, I'm going to be downstairs, or whatever. Or get your kids in bed and get on your computer. And then you're going to start posting. So I do like 15 minutes before, and then 5 minutes before, I post here's how it works. So let me see if I can find, probably from so long ago. I'm just going to see if I could find one. These are all groups. I have to go back to my last one. Anyways, if you'd like, I can add you to my last event, and you can see kind of how it's run. But on our online training, basically, I just do that. So, in fact, let me go there. That'll help. And then I want to show you where these are at. So other than online parties, there's a whole other things you can do. But online parties, they do work. You have to have more than one booked. Okay? You can't have one booked and feel like that's going to be successful or help your business. If you decide to do online parties as a way to your business, which you can do it totally from home, you need to have 5 parties, 3 to 5 every week, at least as a minimum. If you have less than 3 and that's the only way you're working your business, you're going to be frustrated because 1 or 2 of them are going to go kind of so-so, And then the only one, you just want to up your odds. So here you go, online parties. This is our team training site, thelastdivas.com. And you're going to go to event parties. That's what I call my live parties. Because my 70 parties I always do in groups. My event parties I always do live. So this goes through a whole step-by-step, how to set it up, pre-party posts. So these are the posts I do each day before the party, okay? We don't really talk a lot about the products. It's just to get people excited and interested, not to forget about it. And then there's some tips and ideas for the actual party that you can kind of read through, things to tell your hostess. And then this is the day of the party. Hey, tonight, I'll do it in the morning. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for tonight. 1 hour until the party, 15 minutes. So I just kind of do a countdown. You want people to know. So, and then how the party works. So 5 minutes before, I give them a rundown of how it's going to work. This is super important because it's an online party. People don't really know what's going to happen. You have to tell them, okay? Let them know how to order and where they're going to order. You can post the link here if you want to, so that you can check out the website. I usually post it at the end of the party or during the party. Either way, it's fine. Roll call, go ahead and list your names, and then I share a little about my stories. You might want to put a picture of you here. And then every 5 minutes I do a post. So one might be about natural products, one might be about the 3D mascara, and basically going to highlight the different products throughout the party. This is fast-paced. It's super fun. It's as long as you have people on, and I would say really, 10 to 12 people on the party, these are really, really fun and really, really successful. And people love them. Like, they think they're fun, too. So you're not the only one having fun. I talk about the pigments and the primer, and I usually have, one post for, 3 or 4 pictures. So if I'm going to talk about the lip gloss, I'm going to have 3 or 4 pictures of the lip gloss shades. I also do games. So I might throw in a game and be like, hey, go to my website, pick your favorite lip gloss color, and the first, 10 to comment to get something or get points. And then at the end of the party, so 30 minutes, you can't really go over 30 minutes or you lose people's attention. I'm going to post all of the products because I want to make sure we've covered everything. And then I talk about how to order. So everyone basically stays on the full 30 minutes, okay? And then I talk about booking, and then I talk about pre-learning as a presenter. So I've had really good success with both types of parties, but I will admit the event live parties are really fun, interactive, and they're the only parties that I've had customers comment, hey, this was really fun. Wow, this was great. I loved it. I got to shop in my pajamas. I really had people tell me that. And that made me excited because I want people to have fun. The other thing about these, too, is, if this doesn't go so well, then you could kind of turn it into a group party, whereas a group party would be kind of hard to turn it into a live event. So if this, the one night people didn't get on, just extend it and say, hey, we're going to run it for 7 more days, and then extend the party. Let's see, does anyone have any questions about these 2 types of parties? You can also do, send your linked email. You could also do a lash link and just send, your friend the party link if you can post on Facebook. So there's all sorts of different ways that you can kind of run this. You can even do Instagram where you have your, link on Instagram. So you're not limited to these specific types. These are just what other people have done that seems to work well. Any questions about these? I don't know if you have any. Okay, great. How do you extend the party? You extend mandate. So you can't extend the party. So when you set up your party, like if I'm doing a live event party, so I'm going to set up the group 5 days before. I'm going to set up the party link that same day, just in case somebody wants to order before, because I have done events where people have ordered before. And then that will also leave us so we have a few days after the party. So you cannot extend the party. So you need to make sure your hostess understands that, because I've had because other party planning companies you can. So they may think that you can. So just be really clear to them, hey, on Thursday night at midnight Pacific time, after that I cannot take any more orders. So just make sure that they know that. Just a second. Okay, so beyond this, what do you do? Okay, I just updated our new presenter section here. So 2 things here. So there's this formula for success, a new presenter section. You can click here or here. And basically, I put this together after listening and talking to some other leaders. And this is where somebody that, wants to make a business out of this, not just, for fun or hobby. If you're a fun or hobby, of course you're probably going to do a little bit less. But this is where someone that says, hey, I really want to make money. I want to build a team. I want to be successful at this. So you're going to book, sell, sponsor. You're going to book parties. You're going to sell in different ways, either parties, in person, cash and carry, and you're going to sponsor. Those are the three things you need to do every single month to be successful with this business. If you're not sponsoring, not that you can't make money with, your own sales, but you're not going to be as successful as far as, promoting a rank or earning additional income, because that really comes from sponsoring. And it's something consistent every single month. Okay? Hit Fast Start, 2003 presenters. So if you're within your first 90 days, you can earn Fast Start. You're going to earn Fast Start. So that's $250 in free product. So one key to being successful with this business is to make sure you achieve this and that you teach your team the same thing. That everyone on your team knows about Fast Start. They know that it's their first goal. They know they want to reach that, and that they could do it in 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. Those are the options. And then work toward your next promotion. So if you're white, you need to work toward yellow. If you're yellow, you need to work toward pink. And make that a monthly thing. So first month, I hit yellow. The second month, I hit pink. The next month, I hit blue, or, maybe take a couple months to maintain and work toward blue, but you're just working toward your next promotion. And the unique compensation plan is really great. If you're working towards that next promotion, you're going to build your business. So you just figure out the steps. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just so you know, my phone is about to die, and I'm not at home, so if it
goes
off, I'm sorry.
Okay. No problem. And I appreciate you telling me that, but no problem. And then the third key is really big. Buy 5 sets of lashes for selling on the go. All leaders do cash and carry, every single one. So if you're not doing cash and carry and you're wondering why you're not as successful or you're not selling, remember, it's just a combination. So I do online parties, I do things online, but I'm talking to people when I'm out and about. I have lashes on hand with me. I also do events. I do one-on-ones. So find what works for you, but most leaders do a combination of things. Just however you can sell the product. So if online is working great for you and that's all you want to do, that's fine, but I would definitely suggest having at least 5 sets of lashes on hand. I've had people that message me and say, oh my gosh, my sister's wedding is this weekend, I need to buy some. I don't have time to wait for shipping. If I didn't have it on me, I would have lost the sale. So let's go to this new presenter start here section and just go through this just really quick, and then I'll let you guys off for the night. So this, if you haven't gone through this, I really highly suggest it. I just kind of tweaked it again. I'm constantly tweaking it, but just want to make sure you guys have the best information possible. So there's a back office tour. You really need to be familiar with your back office. If you're not familiar with, how your website runs and where you can find tools, then you're not really confident about sharing the business and as a presenter. So you really need to know your back office tools, how to find your numbers, your team, how you get paid, all that kind of basic information. That'll give you a lot more confidence with sharing the business with others. I'm in the process of putting together some team files. Sorry, it's crazy fast. That you can read through and just, scan through, have all the files that we have just on one page, and you can just do what you need. Make sure you know about our image library, that you can have images stored on your computer and your phone. This business building activities worksheet under step 4, I think, is really helpful. It gives you about 30 different activities that you can do during the month. And if you do even half of those, your business is going to grow huge that month. Everything on there is kind of a business building, income producing activity. So that's going to be something that's really helpful. If you feel like you're stuck in a rut, download that business building activity and just start crossing off things. Okay, and that'll give you some good direction on where to go. Make sure you have a strong launch. If you're still within your first 90 days, and whether you had a great first month or maybe you kind of got off to a slow start, just decide that this month's going to be big for you. Make a big goal. $1,000 in sales, $2,000 in sales. Make a big, big goal. Big action gives you big results. Massive action gives you massive results. Very, very true. And the fall is the best time to grow. So, decide that this is going to be the month you're going to grow, and decide to put some things, in your life that you can set aside for just a little bit to set aside. Maybe this is the month you make a lot of crock pot meals. Maybe you don't watch any TV this month. Maybe while your kids, are at soccer, you are networking and are working. That's what a lot of people do. When you just start a new business, you just kind of have to prioritize. So if this is something that you want to make a real solid business at, look at your schedule and look at what you can, put aside for just a month or two and really focus on this. You don't have to put important things aside, of course. Your family's going to come first, your church, your work, whatever other things are important to you are going to come first. But then fit this in, and things that you aren't necessarily a priority that you can set off to the side, go ahead and do that. Invest in 5 sets of lashes. Again, got to do that. There's some really helpful calls on here that can help you with setting goals. Make sure you have your list that you're going through. So if you haven't written down every single, friend, family, relative, neighbor that that is something to do this weekend. Write it down and just start contacting people. One thing that really helps me, because we all kind of get in our own way, I think. We all have fears about what people will say or will people buy, and we all have people to say no. So I have people that say no to me, and sometimes I let that no kind of give me doubt, like maybe this putty doesn't sell very well, or maybe it's too expensive, or maybe people don't like it. I mean, I have even, I get those thoughts too. But then I look at what other people are doing and how much the company's growing and how much the company's selling. And I just say, you know what? Other people are selling a lot. People must like this product. Somebody's buying it. Maybe it's not this lady, but somebody's buying it. Okay, let me go out and try again. So that's been really encouraging to me. If I ever think, hey, this party was a bust, man, do parties work? Sherry Brown does parties, and she's a test presenter and one of the top workers in the company, and she mostly does parties. They must work. Let me tweak something. Let me do some more parties. Let me figure it out. So our company is growing. Presenters are joining left and right. The products sell like hotcakes. So if you feel like you're missing something, or you start to feel doubt or fearful about sharing the products or sharing the business, just think to yourself, you know what? People are joining all over the place. I just need to find those that want it. And you just keep asking, and you just don't let those no's bother you. And that's a really weird picture. You're going to skip over it. So you've got your parties. Now, Facebook, let me just give you a couple tips with Facebook. So it's great to have a business page on Facebook. Great to have, again, a customer group like I have on Facebook. But that's not the majority of the majority of my sales do not come from there. So Facebook is a great way of reminding people what you're doing to kind of give, subliminal messaging of what you're doing. Your Facebook posts on your profile are really, really great for showing what a fun time that you're having. And yes, I do have people contact me. That's called attraction marketing. So I like postings about, hey, oh my gosh, we got to pay for a vacation with Unique, or it was so fun to meet with my team members tonight. You don't always have to be selling. In fact, it's better if you're not selling, because people don't want to be salespeople. So if they see you selling on your page, it actually might turn them off. I probably post too much on my page, but I don't know. It seems to be working, so I just keep doing it. But do things that are going to attract people to you. But that's just one aspect of your business. So I find that if I just posted, my profile, my business page, and my customer group, I don't think I would have very many sales. So that can be one thing that you're doing, but you need to be actively, approaching people, setting up appointments, filling your calendar with parties or events, one-on-ones, home parties, whatever. But if your calendar is empty, your business is empty. So if you look at your calendar for November and you see that you don't have online parties, you don't have events or one-on-ones or anything scheduled in, that would be something to do this Saturday night. But to do this next week, right away, contact people, book parties, or search for places to do, events instead of booths. Or if you don't have anything and you're kind of stuck, that's when you start talking to people. Make a goal to talk to 5 people a day. Put 5 business cards in your purse and don't come home until those 5 cards are done. That's what people do when you're stuck and you have no leads. You go out and you meet new people and you find new leads. And you just start getting interested in people, ask people questions about them, start making conversations, give people compliments. So we just had a really great company call. Oh, I don't know what that is, but so if you're stuck on that, I would suggest watching the company call from last week because it was fantastic. And that I haven't posted it on the team site, but I'll have it on here as well. So You just really comes down to making a plan. Decide what you want to get out of this business and put a plan together to make it happen. So to figure out if you're using Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, what are the social media outlets you feel most comfortable with? That's the ones I would start with. Figure out how you're going to share the products in person. Are you going to do one-on-one appointments? Are you going to do on the go? What kind of networks do you have? Do your kids do soccer and you can talk to other soccer moms? Are you in a book club? If you're not part of anything, your kids aren't part of anything, maybe think about joining some networking groups or some different groups that you can participate in to get to know other people. How are you going to, what's your income goals? How much time can you put towards your business? Obviously, we all have different time constraints. I don't work full-time, so I've been able to put in a lot of time with Younique. We do have people that work full-time that do also put in a lot of time with Younique. So, kind of decide what you're willing to do and what you're willing to do to make it work, depending on what your goals are. And your goals might not be the same as mine, and that's okay, because, that's fine. We don't all have to have the same goals. So, I have a really big goal, and it didn't start this way. My goal has always been to make full-time income, but I really don't think I thought it would take longer than a year. But now my goal is to earn enough money that my husband can, retire. So I have a really, really big goal. Not everyone has a goal like that, and that's okay. So figure out what your goal is, because you're not going to be motivated by my goal. You're only going to be motivated by your goal. So your goals are really, really important, and share those with your family, share those with your sponsors, share those with your team. Get people rallied behind you. And if you find negative people in your life that are telling you, direct sales doesn't work or you're not going to be successful, you just got to shut those people out. Get rid of that negativity in your life and find people that are going to be supportive of you and helpful and be your cheerleaders and really, work with you. So that is, that's really my thoughts for getting started. And if you feel stuck at any point, make sure you reach out to your sponsor. And your sponsor may not always know if you're struggling. So you need to be the one to reach out and say, hey, I need some extra help in this area. Or, I've watched these videos. I'm not quite sure how to implement that. Or, I want to do this. What are some of your ideas and tips? So it's your business. Make sure you're getting the help that you need. And then put the action behind it. So your sponsor in the videos, they can only do so much. We can tell you, we can share what we've done, but it's going to be up to you to put the actions behind it. So I wish I could do the business for everybody. I wish I could, do events and parties and talk to people for everybody, but I just can't. So it's going to be your business, and you have to work it in order to be successful. And that's really, it's really what it is. And but it's fun. There's lots of incentives, great things from this company. So there's so many great reasons to be part of it and to keep going and not get discouraged. And the only difference between what I've done this last year and where you are at is really just time. Time and consistency and determination. So if you've got the determination and you're willing to be consistent in your business and to do those business building activities every month, then you just have to wait and it'll come to you and you'll be successful. So thanks so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and I'll be able to post this. It'll probably be tomorrow because it takes a little while to process. But if you have more questions, just message me, and I can help you. I can add you to any of the groups we talked about tonight, and just get you off to a great start in November. So fill your calendar, fill your business, and get going. Thanks, guys.